Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We're live. Can you all hear me? Everybody hear me? Hello? Hello? Testing. Testing 1 2. We're gonna turn down that hoppin' music. Big thanks to Harris Heller for those beats, for them jams. What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. My goodness. Am I glad it's Friday? Let me tell you what. Oh, also, Jim's here. Say hi, Jim. Oh no.
Hi, Jim.
There it is. Son of a gun. This background, guys. This background does not look. I gotta find my overlay.
What is this? Are
Seriously,
we in the void?
This? Are we? Oh, you're supposed to come as a back. Yeah, right. That worked. Why is it not there? Oh, here it is. We got it, guys. Oh, don't worry. We're professional. We're professionals. Everybody.
Jim Hawkins.
So the High Gym, guys, if you haven't seen our short with the one and only Steve Warner, you need to go check that out. That was kind of funny.
It is fun.
We've got stories. We got stories to tell tonight from GenCon. And Jim, how was your week, dude? How was your week?
Busy. I've been working a lot.
Yeah. You and me both, dude.
This morning I worked from midnight to 8 a.m. and now I have to be back there in 2 hours.
You crazy.
Yeah.
You
and
crazy.
I'll be there till 10 a.m. So I'm working 12 hours shortly.
You are crazy. And then you're gonna take a nap, you're gonna sleep, and then we're gonna do a D&D one shot. Isn't that right? We are stoked for that. Okay, so let me pull up. Can I find the where do they show those? I can't. I want to see. Oh, there it is. There's chat.
There's
chat.
The dude, the turtliest dude.
Speaking of highlight of my convention right here, ladies and gentlemen, was meeting the one and only turtle dude.
That was pretty cool.
So Patrick is in chat and he'll tell you. So we were at the Lorcana HQ Discord to meet up with everybody. Okay. And this guy comes up to me. Okay. And he's like, "Hello, how are you?" I'm like, "Hey man, nice to meet you. What's your name?" "Oh, I'm Patrick." "Cool. Nice to meet you, Patrick." He's like, "Well, you might know me by Turtle Dude." I'm like, "Yo, it's Turtle Dude. What's up,
True.
That was one of the highlights of our convention.
Mm-hmm.
So that was fun. All right, well, we've got some folks in the green room. We're gonna get these people on because we've got
Who's first?
we're,
Jonty?
we're no Jonty tonight. No
What
Jonty
the?
tonight. We've got a pregnant lady here in
Oh.
the chat. Oh, there she is. Hello.
Hi, everybody. I was not
Wow.
prepared to come in.
I
my
know.
friend.
Surprise!
Hello there.
What's up, guys? So,
Not good.
Aaron, we missed you.
Yeah, I missed you guys too.
We
I
missed
so
you.
wish I could have been there.
Yeah,
That would have been great.
it would have. But you've got some more important things to deal with right now.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yeah, and I got to basically internet stalk all of y'all for the weekend. So
There you go. There
yes.
you go. Did Liam get you your box? Did you get your box?
He did get me my box, and I think we're gonna have a video come out this week of me opening my very first
Nice.
Lorcana pack. So
Very nice. Very
yeah,
nice.
it's very surreal to have Lorcana cards like actually.
Oh, you mean like this?
Yeah, like
Boom.
that, Dan.
Well,
Just take it out.
There it is.
Oh my
There it
gosh.
is. Jim's favorite.
Again,
Jim's favorite right there.
it's so good.
It's so
Very
surreal
nice.
after a year of
It's
talking
crazy.
about this game that it actually exists now.
Hey,
It
Dan,
does.
I have talked about Elsa control for over a year now.
Dude, and you know what's
And,
crazy is that's like one of the decks that people are playing. That's that ruby amethyst.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's pretty crazy. So we've got one other person in the green room right now. It's also Jim. I mean Jacob. I mean Jacob. Okay. Okay. So here's the thing. I have to talk about this right now because as we were leaving, okay. So as everyone probably knows, okay, there are these secret rare cards. I mean enchanted rare. Oh, thank goodness Ryan Miller's not here to scold us.
Woo.
All right. So
His ears just perked up in Seattle.
so when so Jim, you first said this when we were at the meetup, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So
I believe so.
So Jim has this thing, okay? Jim has this thing where he trolls literally anyone, okay? And so now that everyone has met Jim, you're all like, yep, that seems about right, okay? So he will not hold back from anyone. I don't care who you are, okay? He will troll you because that is Jim, okay? So what does Ryan do the first time, or excuse me, what does Jim do the first time he meets Ryan Miller? Well, he's got to troll him.
I have to.
He's got to troll him.
I troll him a little bit.
And what was your opportunity to do that? You
Well,
did that.
I brought
Jim,
up.
Go ahead.
I brought up how I love this new rarity of cards, these new secret rare cards.
Yes.
And he went from all happy to really angry and like got in my face. He's like, "That's not what they're called."
Like dead serious. I'm like, oh man.
Them are fighting words.
They literally are. Okay. So
Yeah.
so Jim, tell the story of when you pulled yours.
Yeah.
Go
So it was Friday after we were in that line from 6:30 a.m. And we're opening the box and I pull the secret rare Simba, right? So we out of like the corner of Dan's eye, he's like, Ryan Miller's right over there. And so I'm like, okay, here's my chance. I bring Simba over to him. He's like, I tell him, I'm like, look at what I just pulled. I just pulled a secret rare Simba. And he was like all happy. And I was like, wait a minute. That's not what they're called. He's like, what are they called? Say its name.
Say the name, Jim.
And I'm like, rainbow rare? And so he takes the Simba from my hand. He's like, you know what? You don't even deserve this card. And walks off with my Simba. And then he was probably like 20 feet away. And he starts to turn back around. I'm like, you know what? I guess I got disenchanted since he took the card from me. And he's laughing. He's like, I'm going to just light this card up on fire. So it was a good time.
So
Story.
that happened. Okay. And then every time after we ran into Ryan, his thing was, Jim, what's it called, Jim?
Yeah,
Jim, what is it called? And so
Say the
that
name.
was our little bit.
okay, so and then as we left, so when we go to leave, we stopped by the Lorcana Learn to Play room because we wanted to say bye to Ryan, we wanted to say bye to Steve. so Ryan comes out. Steve was busy in the demo, unfortunately. But so Ryan comes out and then he does he does his bit, right? He's like, what's it called? What is it called, Jim?
What are they
Jim,
called?
what is it? And so as we leave, he's like, before you go, I've got a story for you. and so he says, so this other guy comes up to me and I start doing the bit, right? And then I find out, wait a minute, you're not Jim. he goes, you're not Jim. And so we're like, we know who this is. We 100% know who it is. We're like, it's Jacob. so
Jacob, I don't know the answer to this question.
He's like, I don't know.
I want to tell. Is
Yes.
my mic okay? Am I
Yes.
echoing?
Yeah.
No, you're good. You're good. Please tell us, Jacob, what happened, Jacob?
Okay, so I'm getting a lot of feedback in my mic. Hold on 1 second. Oh no. I don't want to kill the vibe here.
You're good.
He's building the
Okay.
tension.
So from my perspective, it was me, my friend Tyler on the channel, and also my friend Dylan, and we were spending time talking to the whole Villainous cast. We were talking to the game director and the art director of Villainous at the Ravensburger booth, giving them some attention because they deserve it. And while we're chatting with them, I thought it's some point of contention, Jim.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
So we're just chatting to them, and I see Ryan Miller approaching from a distance. And I was like, oh my gosh, I know I'm talking to them. Dylan and Tyler were talking to the Villainous people, and I'm easily distracted. So I'm like panning and seeing Ryan Miller walking forward. And I just make eye contact because I want to talk to him eventually.
Mhm.
And as he comes up, he kind of like gets in the middle of Mike and Jacob from Villainous, and he just stares at me. He's going, what are they called? What are they called? And I'm like, I don't, what are they called? He goes, the rare cards, what are they called? And I was like, Enchanted? And he's like, okay. And then I think he sees the fear in my eyes because he immediately like puts his arm around me and he's like, I'm just messing with you. It's all good.
Oh, poor guy.
It's so much
So from my
funnier.
perspective, I just got the hardest scolding from the game director, unbeknownst to me why I deserved this. But it was a very like unforgettable, like Ryan didn't know my name, but he knows my face forever because it's Jim's face. You know, it was a special moment, and it's really endearing to me that he remembered that moment enough to want to tell y'all the story. But from
Dude,
my perspective, it was just
You were
fear.
terrified.
Can y'all imagine what he said to the other people in the Lorcana when he got back after talking to Jacob?
You won't believe what I did.
This random guy just scared the crap out of him.
Dude, that is hilarious. Jacob, I'm sorry.
Yeah. I'm
okay.
not. That was great.
That's spectacular.
It's
Oh,
all
my
about the
goodness.
stories in life,
Hey, dude,
guys.
it is, man.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Oh, that was funny.
Seriously, he was like, guys, I have got to tell you this story before you go.
He's like, wait, you're not Jim.
I can imagine that's what's going on in his head. He was like, oh, crap.
It's like Dwight. It's like the Dwight, the Asian Jim episode in The Office.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
You're not Jim.
You're not Jim.
Classic. That is also a classic, by the way.
Oh, man.
All right, so Jacob, that's got to be your highlighted Gen Con right there, man.
It's a highlight for sure.
What day was
There-
that?
Let me think.
I assume that was Saturday.
I think it might have been Saturday.
Was that Saturday?
Yeah, it'd have to be Saturday.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
Oh man.
But his face, he has a stern face.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
his
I
eyes
saw
could
it.
really just
Yeah.
pierce through you.
I saw
When
it
he-
multiple times.
It was.
Oh my
Serious.
goodness. Yeah. So here, Turtle Dude. You know what? I know his name now. It's Patrick, guys.
Patrick.
Okay. So Patrick says, considering how massive of a man Ryan is, I can only imagine how terrifying that would be.
Yeah.
Yeah. He'd
I'm
be like-
6'4", and so I don't
And he was
typically
still
look
taller
up to
than you.
people.
Yep.
And I was like,
Yep.
this is
Yep.
not typical.
Yep. Also, Stephanie, where are you?
Oh.
You have the link. Please come in, Stephanie. I know you're there.
We
So,
see that.
We see
Yep.
it.
All right. So Liam, what was a highlight at Gen Con for you?
Oh
Because
gosh.
I know you guys, and Jacob, I know you guys are on limited time, so I want to get everything out of you guys.
No, I don't. I mean, it's just all a blur. Like there was so much. I mean, I'm gonna say the cheesy thing, but it's true. I mean, the highlight for me was meeting all the other content creators. I think if there was one event, if I had to pick one thing to do, it wouldn't be the starter deck tournament. It wouldn't have been standing in line and opening my box. It would have been the Lorcana Discord HQ meetup, where we got to see everybody for the first time, because it really highlighted, what an awesome community this is. My brother-in-law, substitute Aaron, was with me for the weekend, and we walked out of the HQ Discord thing, and he looked at me and he's like, "Okay," he's like, "Are you telling me that nobody in that room has met each other in real life before?" And I'm like, "I mean, onesies and twosies, like there's podcasts, together and stuff." And he's like, yeah, but this is the first time this group is together. And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "That is, it's unbelievable." He's like, "I almost don't believe you." That was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was pretty cool, and I'm glad that was like day one. That was kind of cool. That was cool for it being day one. So, Jacob, what was one of your highlights?
My highlight was getting to. So my first box I ever opened, the first legendary card I ever opened in a box was my favorite legendary. It's Mickey Brave Little Tailor.
Awesome.
And then you follow that up. The next pack was Aladdin Heroic Outlaw was in the next one, which was my other favorite card. And so pulling those and feeling like, oh my gosh, this box was literally meant for me. It was a random part of a Ravensburger booth, and it was hand selected and then right into my hands just to open that. But then that's like the setup for the best moment, which was I got to take those cards, take them to Nicholas Cole's booth and get them signed and put him in my binder forever. Getting to meet him and sign those iconic cards to me, it's like a moment I'll remember forever. It was so nice. But of course, that all comes with a caveat. Like, I don't want to stomp on Liam's answer. That was the Lorcana meetup was super cool. I love getting to meet everybody. That was just a personal moment.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
it's fine. That's so cool. I'm a little jealous. I was saving the box that I got for Aaron because Aaron was watching, all weekend and was like, I'm bummed I'm not there. So saving the box. And so I had my starter deck cards for Nick. So I'm like outside the, various meetings, like, please, can I have a Cole or two to get signed? Does anybody have a baby Simba? So
yeah, you were begging for cards from everybody. Liam, weren't you?
I was.
He's such a good husband.
And then all right. So here's my memory of Liam for the convention. Okay, Liam's out there. We've got I don't know, three kids and a dad come up, and they're just looking at all the cards, and they're like, "Oh man, yeah, we've been seeing Lorcana. These cards look cool." And Liam's like, "Oh, here's a card. Here's a card. Here's a card." He's giving away cards, and I'm like, Liam, why you got to go and do that? Because now I got to give up cards, man. You're making us all look bad. So I gave him some cards. They were so happy, but I only did it because of you, Liam.
I'm sorry. This is a dangerous story. I've told this story one time to one other creator, and I cried while I was telling it because
I saw you. I'm like, so can we say who you were talking to? Is that fine?
Yeah.
Okay. So I see you talking to Sugi. Okay. You're over at this table, and I'm glancing over. I'm like, what is going on over there? I hope Liam's okay because he is crying. That guy's an emotional wreck. Sugi, you better stop it.
What happened? And I'll admit, like if the meetup was the best part of the weekend for me, this was a very close second, or vice versa. I don't know, but those kids were behind me. They were there for one day. It turns out they didn't want to wait in line and spend all their time in line. And so they saw the Lorcana cards. I handed them a Moana and Tinkerbell, and they were very excited. And gave them a sticker because I like giving away stuff. And like
You
5 minutes
you want to
later-
promote your brand. Come on.
well, and I got stuff to give away. Kids like stickers. I don't know. But these are I mean 11. What was it? Like 11, 9.
Yeah, like
yes.
maybe 13 at the oldest, if
Maybe.
that, maybe.
And and so I'm I think nothing of it. I'm like, all right, they'll take these cards and they'll be cool. And like 5 minutes later, they come back and one of them taps me on the shoulder and says, "Hey, we're your newest subscribers. Can we take a picture with you?" And it was
Nice.
It was amazing. Like I don't know how to explain it. And so took a picture and they were smiling, and it was a cool moment.
That's cool. That's cool. We've got Stephanie in chat now, so we're gonna say hello. There's Stephanie.
Hey, hey.
Hello.
Hey,
How's it going?
Stephanie.
How's it going?
Good. Recovering
ya?
from Gen Con and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, that's why this week I'm like, guys, I'm doing nothing. I gotta go back to work, and then I'm just gonna, as soon as I get home from work, pass out, and that's literally what happened all week.
I did the same thing, Dan.
Yeah, yeah, you've got a different, you've got an
You're
actual
creating
excuse.
a human.
So, okay. So Liam, piggybacking off of that real quick, and Jim will attest to this. Every single time somebody came up to us and said hello, hey, we watch your guys' content, we're like, oh, cool, that's awesome. Why do you watch our stuff? I'm glad you like it.
Yeah.
But it was so cool. Like it was one of the coolest things ever, because the first time we were at Gen Con, we literally just started making content like, I don't know, like a month or so before that. Nobody know who we were. We didn't have a ton of friends, right? And so this time we were at Gen Con, literally, I don't know how many people we met. It was every day we met multiple people. Oh, hey, the first time we got to the convention, we saw Zach and Steven from Team Covenant, who are guys that we have watched for a long time. And we've talked to Steven, and ever since then, it was like every hour, oh, hey, it was just crazy. Everywhere we went, we just ran into people that we knew or who said they watched our content. It was awesome. It was so much fun. It was so cool. So
That's super cool.
So highlight number 1, meeting Turtle Dude. And then highlight
Our
number 2
biggest fan, by the way, our biggest fan. He was telling us random stuff. He's like, oh yeah, and on this podcast, Jim said this. I'm like, dude, I don't even remember that at all. But I believe you.
I've actually shown my face more on y'all's channel than on my own, because we haven't like done video stuff.
Yeah.
So it was a little weird. The only time I had any kind of fan engagement, other than the meetup, of course, because I have like stickers I'm handing out and stuff. There was what?
Liam's like, it was me. Guys.
It was me.
Well, okay. Well, maybe it's the same story I'm thinking of.
Oh, I don't know.
But maybe it was you. But someone said, I recognized your voice. And I was like, okay, I get that, because I'm like narrating the lesson stuff. But
right.
I didn't think they would pick up my voice out of a conversation that I was having with people nearby. But what is the story you're thinking of, Liam? Because I think
you were saying the one piece of fan engagement you had, and I said it must have been me because I'm a fan. And
thank you.
Number 1 fan of your channel.
Thank you, Liam. Thank you. The cool thing though was like, even in line, we were in the same line as y'all, Dan and Jim. Remember, I think y'all were like one staunch in line ahead of us.
Yes. Yep.
And we were in front of a group of 3 guys that were literally only in the line because they thought Lorcana's pretty popular. Let's check it out. And they got in line, but they knew nothing about the game.
Mm-hmm.
And so we spent 4 hours just chatting about Lorcana, telling them how it was different than the other card games they played, why it's worthwhile. And by the end of that line, not only were they subscribers, but they were psyched. They were getting booster boxes. They were getting decks. And they're like, I think I'm going to open it now. I'm going to open the box. Because initially they were just going to buy the box and do whatever with it. I don't know.
Right.
But it was cool to see, like, to make converts, I guess, from just the business centric to the play centric.
to see the full evolution of that too, because you sat with
Yes.
them for 4 hours.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh yeah. So speaking of that line, here's a photo from Liam. See if it'll come up.
That's a great photo.
There it is. This is a great photo.
Hey.
This is a
Oh,
great
I
photo.
love this photo of you, Dan.
Good one.
Liam texted this to me.
Liam's like, guys, I'm taking a bunch of pictures. So I'm like, all right, here's a crazy face. Here you go. Because I don't remember what time that was, but I will tell you guys, this chair that this guy's sitting on,
Oh my goodness.
Jim, do you remember what his name was?
No.
I don't remember what his name is either, but he was a cool guy. He was cool. He grabs this chair and he's like, all right, guys, we need a chair. So he finds this chair. He sits in it for like 10 minutes and then he's like, all right, Jim, your turn. And so we rotated on the chair every 10 minutes. And guys, that chair is the MVP of that line. Let me tell you, when we had to move.
That guy was the
$1 million
MVP
chair.
of that line for
Yeah,
us.
I can't remember what his name was.
Or that shirt you're wearing, Jim, that's the MVP.
Oh,
You like that?
yes.
The
So-
Guy
so-
Fieri shirt.
I guess you could say that shirt is fire.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
The cool thing is
there.
this
Pretty
reminds
hot.
me of those moments where like you don't know what pictures you're into, but if you look at the back of the picture, the back right, you see the people who are like outside of the line, like way back.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They were talking to the guys we were in front of about how like, oh, we're just gonna get villainous stuff,
Mm.
and like to the other guys in our line. So we were like, I was there.
I was there.
Also, speaking of that shirt, somebody did come up to you, Jim, and said, "Oh, hey, I love your Guy Fieri cosplay."
That's
And you were like, "You get it. You get it."
It was right as we were leaving for the
Yeah,
night too. Like
it
no
was.
one else said
It was.
anything about it.
Yep.
But,
Yep.
Yeah.
But you weren't rocking the frosted tips, so I don't know.
I know.
Yeah.
Not that.
Yeah.
Next time.
And he will do it. Stephanie, what was one of your favorite moments from Gen Con?
Yeah. So that same line, Thursday morning, I walk in when they open the doors at 6. We were all outside at like 2 or 3 a.m., hanging out, and they open doors at 6. And so we all get to the front of the line, kind of in front of where that picture was taken. And this guy goes, "Oh, you're that Emerald girl." And I was like, "What?" And the Forbidden Mountain had me on an episode where we just talked about Emerald, and I was like, "Oh my gosh." And everyone else was like, "Oh yeah, the Emerald girl's here." And I was like, that was the weirdest thing I've ever experienced. But so that was like my first like, oh, people know my face. So I know Forbidden Mountain just joined us in chat, so shout out to them. That was pretty fun. And then
Dan's got the link. Dan, you can jump on. You
There
can
you go.
jump on. I know you've got the link. Sorry.
that was, and then I think everyone already said Thursday night was magical, meeting everyone. I pulled a few people in from the hallway and they joined and they're like, "Oh, this is so cool." So that was awesome. And I met some amazing people at the Starter Deck Challenge as well, playing some, competitors. I lost to a guy named Trey, who was actually one of the coolest people I've ever met. Amazing.
You're not talking about Cabled, are you?
No,
Okay.
no. Another
He's not cool.
Trey.
His name is
Cable's not that cool.
That dude's not alpha. Oh, we have another story for you guys.
Yeah, so I don't know. The Starter Deck Challenge was amazing, even though I went 2-0. It was so close, just like Liam. But it was all good times. I think just meeting people in person, I mean, as we all said,
Yeah.
was
Oh, yeah.
so cool.
I can't tell you the number of times the words Long John Silver have been used in vain in this household this week.
Liam.
Long John Silver.
He's so mad.
He's still
That's how he
mad.
went out. That's how he went out. Long John Silver.
What
Liam,
It's wait.
been a week, Liam. It's been
Explain
a
the
week.
game.
Wait. Do I not know this story?
Oh, he lost to Long John Silver.
And not an Emerald deck either.
No, it was a random.
Yeah,
post.
he even what video? Oh, you even reference it in the video you're working on right now. He's like, you could even play a Long John Silver in a non-Emerald deck.
I'm not sad about that.
You should at least get sponsored if you're going to do that by the company, by the restaurant.
Honestly, I think he's cried more about this one card than he did meeting that family.
It's probably true. It's probably true. Of course, it was the first legendary I pulled. as if Lorcana's trolling me.
Oh yeah, it was the first
Amazing.
picture you
Amazing.
Hey, that's a good card though.
It's a good
That's a
card.
good heart.
All right, so we've got Dan from the Forbidden Mountain joining us. So here he is. What's up, Dan?
What's up, guys?
Hello there.
It's like we were all just next to each other, like a week ago.
The first time I ran into Dan, we are just outside the Ravensburger booth. Okay, I'm wearing flip flops because I like wearing flip flops, and this dude comes up to me. He's like, "Flip flops, man. That's a bold choice." I'm like, "Who is this guy?" And then of course I knew who he was, but I'm like. I just went along. I'm like, yeah, dude, I like flip flops. They're comfortable. He's like, well, yeah, but people are gonna step on your feet. I'm like, you.
Like, who the fook is this guy?
You practical person.
Listen. It's like I'm a flip flops person, also, through and through. But like concerts and conventions, that's no place for flip flops, man. That's a bold move.
It is a bold move. You know what? It worked out. Ask Cotton, he'll tell you.
Paid off.
It paid off.
I want to hear the story with alpha. The word alpha. Like you're not alpha.
All right, so Jim. All right, so I'll set it up. Jim can finish this. So
okay.
I believe this was on Thursday. Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, because we got.
What's up, Days?
Friday.
We've got Days in chat.
Days
What's up,
is in
Days?
here. What up?
What's up, Days?
It was Friday when we got our boxes.
Oh yeah, that's right. Friday we got our boxes. That's right. Okay, so we get our boxes, and we were just beat after that because we were standing in line for like 6 hours. It was long. It was crazy. Maybe not like 6 hours, but we were standing in line. So as we got up to get our boxes, we saw Ridge and Josh with Alpha Clash. Okay, one of our other games, and we've met. Well, we haven't. That was the first time we actually met Ridge. But we talked to him a lot about Alpha Clash. So he originally wasn't going to be at the convention. So running into him was kind of cool. So we caught up after the line. And then we caught up with some other folks playing Alpha Clash. So we were able to get a bunch of Alpha Clash games in. So it was fun. And then so we brought Cabled, and I can't remember who the other guy was. We brought them over. We started teaching them Alpha Clash. Okay. And so Trey's wife was at Gen Con as well. She is also hilarious.
She's a character.
She is a character.
She was awesome.
And she likes to take naps. All right. She will take naps literally anywhere. All right.
That was the first time I met her. She was passed out on 3 chairs next to
Respect.
Oh my God.
Woman after my own heart.
Yep.
Yeah, right. Respect.
Yep. So we're playing Alpha Clash, and then she comes over, we're hanging out, and then she starts getting into conversation with Ridge about the game. Okay. And then I don't even know where this came from, but Jim, go ahead. You can.
So I made the joke that the game's called Alpha Clash, and I'm like, only alphas can play this game.
Right. Yep. And it was
if you know his wife, she is a big poop talker, is what we'll say. So when the creator came over, she's like, "Hey, is he able to play this game because he's a beta?"
We're all like, "Oh my goodness!"
Oh, that is rough, dude.
So the entire table literally does that. We're like, oh my god!
I'm just dying. I'm like, holy moly!
It's like that Joe Rogan meme where he goes, oh!
And then I felt really bad for him because he doesn't seem like one of those people to really talk poop, back. So it's just he just sat there looking sad. I'm like, ugh.
He laughed it off like a champ, but I mean, he just. Look, and for those of you who've met Trey, he's a really nice guy.
Really cool,
really nice guy. It was great hanging out with him, but I'm like, oh man, you definitely did not deserve that, my friend. Ouch.
Yeah, that was rough.
Yeah, it was rough. So, all right, this is like story time, and this is kind of exactly what I was planning. Is just hanging out. We're gonna tell stories. But before I get Dan, what was your favorite moment at Gen Con? What's one of your highlights?
Probably right after the awful Thursday morning, where I was walking back to find Scott because I lost him in the awful crowd that morning, and I think it was Nick. He was another one that it was one of the guys that top 8 at one of the starter deck events. I think his name is Nick. And he pulled me aside. He's like, "Hey man, it's really awesome. I really love your content. Thank you." And it was just one of those moments where it's like, it was just cool to see it, like, have like the first fan, like, just say like, "Oh, I really enjoy what you do." It's just real cool moments. And like, there was a bunch of that throughout the weekend. Like Liam was saying about the meetup and everything. There was a couple people in that room that were just so excited to just be in the room with everybody and enjoy it. And it was just a lot of fun to enjoy it with everyone and kind of just get together and meet everybody for the first time. It was such a good weekend. After the Thursday morning debacle, that was awful.
What I will say is I avoided that. Well, we left early Thursday morning to drive up there, and like we were specifically not planning on trying to get product that morning for a reason. We knew it was going to be crazy, so we didn't get to experience that. But I will say, starting on Friday morning, those lines seemed to work out phenomenally well. Ravensburger came out, handed out coffee, donuts, hot chocolate. They seemed very, very nice. It was great. It was all great. So Jacob's got a story. So Jacob, go ahead, my friend.
So there was something cool that happened. I think, I already told the one Ryan Miller story, so why not tell a Steve Warner story as well? While I was getting that card signed on Saturday by Nicholas Cole, the Shane Hartley was standing next to him, and he saw the binder I had full of Nicholas Cole front page, so he could tell that I cared about getting artist signatures. And so he kind of tapped me on the shoulder and he's like, "Hey, I just want to let you know, Pix, if you have a Bell Engineer, Pix is at 131. You can get that signed." And I was like, "Oh, okay, I'll definitely go." And so I'm scrambling through my stuff trying to find my Bell Engineer. So after I find her, we run to 131. This is Tyler and myself, and Pix is working the door. Pix Smith, one of the artists on Bell Engineer, and Steve Warner is right next to him. So I don't know what Pix looks like, so I'm just kind of asking Steve, like, "Hey, what does Pix look like so I can get this card signed? Because I would love that." And he was like, "Oh yeah, I'll go get him real quick." He goes in, brings Pix out, and then I'm like, they're nervous, like handing the card, like, "Can you sign this, please? I don't know who you are, but I would love a signature." And he's like, "I mean, sure, yeah, I'll do that." And he starts to sign, or he doesn't have a pen. So Steve is like, "I don't know if this pen's going to be good, but here you go." And it's a silver pen on his lanyard. And so when he hands Pix the pen, he watches Pix sign it for a little bit, and he notices that it's a little bit transparent, like it's not really, really visible. And he cuts Pix off. And it's like, "Can you see that? Can you see the words? Like, is that going to be legible for you? Is that good?" And I was like, "I mean, I can read it. It'll work." He's like, I can get you another bell. I'll get you another bell." And I was like, "You can do that? Like, you can just manifest a bell?" And so he goes back into the Learn to Play demo room, and then the door is shut, and then the Ravensburger magic is happening behind the doors. He comes
they
out
made
a
it
minute
right
later with a bell and with another Sharpie and a pack, and
Nice.
is like, "Sorry for the wait. Here you go. Sorry,
That's awesome.
sorry that didn't work out." So I didn't open the pack. I opened the pack at Buffalo Wild Wings, and I got a Tamatoa, which is one of my favorite little deck build arounds. So
Tiny.
Awesome.
thank you, Steve. I appreciate the Tamatoa.
Nice.
But the bell, now I have 2 signed bells. Yes, sir.
There you
Another
go.
Tamatoa
There it is.
connoisseur.
Tamagotchi.
Your Tamagotchi.
Oh my
Yep.
gosh.
But yeah, wholesome Steve Warner story, terrifying Ryan Miller story.
Love it.
Which I think just kind of sums up that whole.
Terrifying Ryan, awesome Steve. Yeah, pretty much.
Holy cow.
That's sad.
Yes, Steve was pretty awesome. Every time we got to hang out with him and just talk to him, he's such a cool dude. Also, I have to pull where did I send these pictures? I'm gonna see if I can find these pictures, but so Jim, did somebody sign you?
Oh, I've seen that.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I forgot. I got
This is good.
I got that signature.
Yeah, go ahead.
So on Thursday night, when we're at the group up, the meetup, whatever it's called, We're over by Steve, and I asked him to sign my chest.
Oh.
He declined. I'm like, all right, whatever. I
said
understand.
anything.
I thought it was funny, right? So that's all I did it for. And he's like, oh, actually, I have to go.
Bye.
Later on, Ryan's there. They're hanging out, and I'm like, oh, hey, Ryan, you want to sign my chest? And I like open up my shirt a little bit. He's like, sure. The worst part was like it was at a point where I couldn't even see it. My chest, I couldn't even see it if I looked down.
Your chin covers it up.
Oh,
I
that
love how he's
picture.
just looking over your shoulder. Like, he's so proud of his work.
Dude, Ryan was just so. Ryan was hilarious, dude. It was just so funny.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
When you asked that, and he was just like, he literally,
Sure.
his entire expression was literally, sure.
It's Gen Con.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it was a good time.
And then
That's
there was the four
Yeah.
of us.
You came
This
home and
was
got a tattoo,
before-
right? Was that what happened?
Yeah.
This
I
was
got a tattoo.
before the interaction of the secret rare, right? So he still had very pleasant thoughts.
Yeah, I believe
Uh,
so.
he was-
I believe so.
His thought level of Jim was up here after those interactions was woo off the screen.
Whoa. I don't know if you remember this, Dan. The last day when we left, and he said, oh, wait a minute. That's not Jim. He knows my name. He will not forget me. Okay?
No, he doesn't know
And you're
mine.
welcome, Jacob, because we share the same face.
Yeah.
Jim and not Jim.
Not Jim. Yeah.
That's
Hey, you're not Jim.
that's
Yeah.
your nickname from
Gonna
now on,
be
Jacob.
like forevermore.
Hi, I'm not Jim.
All
With
right,
Ready,
welcome
Set,
to, welcome to Ready Set Draw. I am not Jim. And we are today we're drinking-
Jacob, you have to do that on one video.
no.
Oh well, I'll end a lesson with my typical tagline. This has been not Jim.
So,
Oh,
and then this was us meeting Ryan on Thursday.
Thursday.
So yeah, we were walking around the booth because we didn't know what the line was like, and so we're just seeing how crazy it was. And so we got up there, we talked to Ryan for a little bit, and then he's just like literally just pulling Mickeys out of his pocket. Here, have a Mickey. Here, have a Mickey. Here, have a Mickey. You guys have a Mickey.
Hidden
Like,
Mickey.
oh sure. So that was great.
Oh, man.
All right, so
Well, we
I
just
kind-
established that they can go in a room and create any card they want whenever they want. So
That's
sure.
true.
Right.
It's
Magic
called the
ball.
Grand Illuminary.
Yes.
So
Yep,
they created
the
it.
luminary magic.
yes. All right, so
He's got
Jake.
an Inkcaster back there just whipping up cards.
Yeah.
You wayward sorcerer.
Yes. Okay, so Jacob has to head out. Not Jim.
John.
Thanks for hanging
Not
out with us.
Jim.
Do you have any final parting words for the group? Everybody.
Yes, I loved the chance to get to meet everybody at Gen Con. It was a treat. Not just the content creators, but anybody in the chat, like everybody at the meetup, every member of the community it was such a wholesome experience getting to talk to people. And I think we all can attest though that like you can have digital relationships like this and get to know each other, but meeting face to face, you get a whole nother dynamic. You get to have that human connection, and it speaks to me to the quality of the Lorcana community when I can say that all those human connections we had were like always positive. I didn't have any interactions that I felt like not a fan. It was all good. So, I just hope to see even more people there next year. Hopefully they have a cool event that inspires us to all go again. It'll definitely be on my calendar. I didn't even know Gen Con was a thing before this summer.
Wow.
And so this was like a day and night.
Wow.
I loved it.
Yeah.
Great to be part
Well,
of it and great to meet y'all.
After meeting us, I'm just glad you still didn't have a
So
Well, it's probably
All good
because I
things.
was there, Dan.
You're
All right,
probably
that's-
right, Jim.
That's why.
You're
you brought a
probably
mirror
right.
with you.
Yes. So all right. Well, Jacob, thanks for jumping on and hanging out with us
Appreciate
tonight.
it.
See you later, man.
It was good chatting with you. Take care, sir.
Bye now, Jim.
All right. I know Stephanie also has to leave. So Stephanie, thanks for hanging out with us just for a little bit. Final
Thank you
thoughts
for
for everybody.
inviting me.
Stephanie.
Yeah, I echo everything not Jim said. Can't wait for next year. I don't know how many of you are going to Miami TCG, but that'll be like a little Gen Con 2.0. Fun meetup. Amazing Lorcana artists are coming. If you haven't heard of it, look it up. 10
there's 10
Lorcana artists
nice.
are coming.
Cool.
I have a list of all the artist cards you need to bring on Lorcania, so
Ooh, there
everyone
you go.
should come. It's going to be a great time.
Piece of
So,
candy.
but yeah, super excited for Gen Con next year and all the fun tournaments. Liam, make sure you practice against that Long John Silver, and I bid you all adieu.
He's very
All right.
angry.
All right. Well, Stephanie, thanks for hanging out with us tonight, and we'll catch you next time. Take care, Stephanie.
Thank
Bye,
you.
Stephanie.
Bye.
See ya. All right.
And then there were 5
So I wish
or 6.
5.5.
Way to go. Good job. Good job.
Yeah, I see what you did
5
there.
3/4.
I mean,
Counts.
it's probably like 9/10. You know,
That's
at
probably
this
true.
point, you're probably that
Oh no,
close.
she's done. She's ready. She's done.
She's
Anytime.
just take her.
Is she done and ready, or are you done and ready?
A little bit of both.
Both.
The answer is yes.
I am not ready.
All of
Yeah.
the above.
So one of my favorite nights was actually on, I think it was Saturday night, Jim.
Yes, thank you for bringing that up. I was about to, because I'm like, everyone's talking about Thursday night, but it was Saturday night that was better.
So Saturday night. So I felt like crap on Friday night.
Friday.
And I had to get back to the room early on Friday night. And good thing I did. Okay. And because in all honesty, when I woke up on Saturday, I'm like, oh, I'm so glad I got to sleep. I feel so much better. It was amazing. Okay. So we originally were planning on leaving earlier on Saturday night, but multiple times we were just hanging out with everybody in the Marriott open gaming ballroom. And so we were going to leave multiple times, but multiple times it was just, I think, what time did we leave? Like 2?
No, we got out of there at midnight 33.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That's
So one of the times we were in the back left corner, and then Pavel, I think Pavel came up to our table multiple times and was like, all right, guys, if you're gonna get up, you should come over here because we've got a lot more Lorcana people over here. So he came up to us like 4 times. We're like, Pavel, we're still playing, man. We know when we get up, we know where you're at. We got you, dude. We got it. Okay. So finally we get up and we head over there. And so when we sat down, Jared was playing with like 2 other people. Liam was playing Grand Archive with your brother-in-law. Okay. And so we go there, start hanging out. And then I got into a 4-player game with Jared and then 2 guys from, I can't remember.
Lorcana Carpool.
There we go. Thank you. And
That's
so
a pretty
they've
good
all
game.
got starter decks, right? And I'm like, all right, Jared, guys, here we go. Let's do a 4-player game. Okay. You've got starter decks. I mean, I've got a constructed deck. You want to do it? Let's go. And so we did. Okay. And Jared, as soon as we get started going, Jared's like, that is so not fair, Dan. We all have started. I'm like, Jared, dude, it's fine. Don't worry about it. All right. It's a
for
4-player
fun.
game.
It's
It's for fun. I know you'll gang up on me. It's okay. You've never played card games before, right? It's politics. This is multiplayer is a completely different beast. And it is. And it is so much fun. Multiplayer is so much fun, especially in Lorcana. It's crazy. It's really cool. So Jared's like all whining. Jared,
He
you
was
watching?
mad.
He was mad. He was mad.
I think
But
he
you
was
know
more
what?
mad because he's playing a bad deck, but that's probably it.
And so Jim is sitting right next to him, okay? And Jim is like giving him so much crap. I'm like, Jim, dude, will you just relax? Like he's clearly upset. Okay, so here's proof of the game.
I love that photo.
Look at that face. He just looked so appalled.
Because he is. He is so appalled. He was like, so every time. Okay, here, here's actually what I'm gonna do. Okay, because I'm telling this story, you know what we have to do is we actually need to get Jared's side of the story. Okay, and so for those of you who follow Citizens of Lorcana on Twitter, okay, if you don't, you should. Okay, so go follow him on Twitter, and then I am going to find so as I 100% he did, because I told him, I said, Jared, you better tweet about this story because this is gonna be a good game, man. Okay. Jim, what do you remember from that game as I find this?
Okay, so we saw a little bit of their previous game. It was a 3-man free-for-all. And I saw that he had Minnie Mouse, and I'm like, Jared, that's a bad card. Don't play it. Put it in your resource zone. And so it was just that, like, his first hand, I see that he draws into the Minnie Mouse. I'm like, you better put that in your resource zone. That's the reason you lost. But throughout the whole thing, he's like, man, I'm just so bad at card games. I'm like, it's probably because you played that Minnie Mouse. I don't know. Most of the interactions were because of Minnie Mouse. So.
That's it. There's nothing else.
That's pretty funny.
That was it. But overall, I think he did fine.
He did, and so many times during that game,
bloodthirsty, but he did fine. Wow,
he played the part
multiple times. I'm telling him, like, Jared, dude, man, if you want to go after me, dude, play it, dude. Go for it. This is multiplayer. It's politics. What you got to do is you got to talk to your teammates, and then threat assessment. And then, go from there.
Which
and
he did.
And he picked up on that very, very quickly. Okay. So, so here is Jared's take. All right. So I'm going to narrate this for you, Jared. This is for you, Jared. Okay. I must tell the tale of my epic Lorcana multiplayer game.
9.
with Dan of Hobbies and Happiness and Joe of Lorcana Carpool and Joe's friend. So Dan has this sweet constructed deck called Crab Control, and it is sweet. Jim and I worked on that deck for a while.
Also, Ryan Miller loves the name.
He does love the name. Yes. Yep. So the other 3 of us have starter decks. And like how he emphasizes the starter decks. Okay, one of each color. So I'm no TCG expert, but even I know that 3 starter decks versus 1 good constructed deck is unfair. I mean, come on, it's not really unfair in multi. Come on, Jared. Oh, man.
It's so funny.
From the beginning, I'm rallying Joe and his friend to form an alliance against the crab, and he tried to form that alliance. And for the first several rounds, we are seemingly united against Dan.
Oh man!
Except that Dan couldn't seem to find any characters to play. It's true. It was removal after removal. I couldn't get it. He was running an item slinger deck built around Tamatoa, and I think through 6 to 7 rounds, he had 0 lore on the board. I did. I had 0 lore, and Jared let me know it. He 100% let me know it. And he said, and that's where our alliance started to crack. See, instead of racing to finish the game, out of nowhere, Joe takes my character out. I mean, it wasn't out of nowhere, Jared. All right. You were getting close to winning. All right. And then our strong alliance came crashing down. Meanwhile, Dan is continuing to drop items. He dropped a Maurice on the board, which seemed like whatever, but it accelerated his game. It's true. It did. Key card right there. At this point, I'm pleading with my starter deck comrades to save our fire for Dan. All the while, Dan is trying to aim the fire anywhere else he could. It's true. And while he never got Tamatoa out, that's not true. I got Tamatoa out last round, and then I was going to win. He did get Giant Tink out and started wiping all 3 of our board states every round. Also true. At this point, it's just a matter of time before Dan wins, and our alliance kind of starts to form again. Joe and his new friend, sorry I forgot your name, he remembered it somewhere in the thread, I know. Both are at a place where they need like 3 lore to win. But again, Dan is wiping the board almost every turn, and then healing his giant tank with Coconut Basket. Now, at this point, I'm just playing to keep Dan from winning rather than playing to win. Dan starts questing for lore, but not being able to get Tamatoa out was the undoing of his game. Also true. In the end, the starter decks won simply because he couldn't keep wiping our boards every single turn. And while I constantly made fun of Dan for being at 0 lore for half the game, I ended up with the lowest score. That's right, Jared, you did. And Joe ended up being the big winner. But I'm still going to say that I came out a winner as well because we did end up stopping Dan from steamrolling us, and that was victory for me. I look forward to the rematch. And see, like I said, Jared got the hang of it. He very much got the hang of playing politics and multiplayer. And so here we go. We have a we've got a video clip. Let's see if I can do this. We're gonna share it. We're gonna go window. All right. So here's the video clip. There's not much audio.
That's
okay. All right. No, we definitely need this. We need this. All right. So hang on. I got it.
I have to say, Jared's TCG strategy is very similar to mine, which is basically make sure Liam doesn't win. It has nothing to do with whether or not I win. It has everything to do with whether or not he wins.
That's
correct.
That's a great marriage right there.
You know,
Okay,
I learned my
all right.
lesson early there.
I got your back, Liam.
Okay. So hang on one second. Guys. I got to turn this volume up. So we're going to let me mute. Can I do that? Yeah, we're gonna mute you guys real quick. So give me 1 second. Okay. So I'm gonna have to turn this off. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, send your dragonfire
All right, I am unmuting everybody. Give me 1 second. Here we go. All right, you all hear that? Save the Dragonfire for his Tamatoa.
That was the whole game. He
had one goal.
He had one, and goal. I did.
You know what the crazy part is? In that game, right? He talked about how Dan wasn't able to get Tamatoa for like the entire game. Dan dropped it on his last turn.
Yeah.
And but he went through like the top 50% of his deck, only found one of them until he drew into the second to then play it on the last turn.
Yep.
It was absolutely ridiculous. I'm like, dude, how many cards have you drawn? And we can't find another one?
Yep. It was crazy. All right, so we got Pigeon Boy. This is all right, so here's
I got a story for him.
We got a story.
Oh my gosh.
Marbles.
Hello.
All right, now I gotta.
Yeah, Jim's got a story real quick. Go ahead.
Oh, he got a story.
Yeah. So I didn't know if you were going to be at the event on Thursday night, right?
Thursday night.
The meetup.
Yeah, the meetup at Gen Con. So, and then we see Lee Barbs there, and I'm like, hey guys, who's the one person? He talks a lot, and he's like Pigeon Man, something with, or like a bird. I think I said Bird Boy.
Yeah,
I'm like
Bird
dude, and talks a lot. And Lee's like, dude, that is a terrible description. I'm like, wait till I find it.
But he knew who you meant. He knew who it was.
And then, so I pull it up on the stream from a bunch of months ago, and you put on like your pigeon head, and I'm like, look, I told you. And he starts dying laughing because he's like, that is 100% the best description of Knive I've ever heard of.
The bird boy who talks too much.
Yeah,
that was
me.
it. That's me. Hello.
Oh, I didn't say too much. I said talks a lot. All right.
All right. Well, Liam and Aaron have to take off. So final parting adieus from the both of yous.
Goodbye.
Bye.
So long
Goodbye.
for now.
If I can't do a better sign off than not Jim did earlier. I'm going to talk about the event. There's one thing I want to highlight, and I think we've all said this in passing, but I just want to exclamation point on it, is how like wholesome, warm, welcoming, and everything else the Ravensburger team was through the whole event. And the donuts are a perfect example, and that stems from the top. I don't know how many people realize that on Thursday morning, like two things. On Thursday morning, when they came to give out donuts and everything to everybody. Friday morning. Thursday morning was awful. Friday morning, when they came to give out donuts and coffee to everybody. One, I don't think they did the donuts on other days because I heard a rumor they got in trouble with the GenCon catering contract. But they took that risk. Yeah. But then two, the one leading the charge there, handing out those donuts, was Philip Frank, the head of global games and the CEO of Ravensburger North America, or the president of Ravensburger North America. Anyway, very high up. And
one of those big titles.
Very, very big titles. And he is the most wonderful person, warm, great to talk to, fantastic individual. And like that level of care for like the fans in the game that he showed leading the charge with donuts, personally handing out, like balancing cups of coffee and giving it to people, in his position, trickles down through the whole team. And I couldn't ask for a better group of people to caretake and put out and develop this game that I think we all love. And it was just wonderful getting to interact with all of them.
Yeah.
That's my parting thought.
Yep. All right. Well, Aaron's parting thought is get this baby.
Actually, I really would like get us past the night, like next Saturday, because it's the first Lorcana game night at our LGS. So
so Saturday morning then.
No, Sunday morning.
No, but it's going to be Saturday morning now. That's
no, yes, it's gonna, yes. That's
I'm gonna ink Tinkerbell. Hold on,
that sounds about right.
Okay, now I'm going to exert. I'm going to play Mickey.
Baby.
Now,
no, baby.
Oh man.
Yeah.
All right. Well. Yeah, well, thanks for hanging out with us, guys. It's always a treat talking with you guys. So
sign off catchphrase.
Sign off catchphrase.
All right, love it. See you guys.
See you guys.
I like it. Sign off catchphrase. I like it.
All
right. Okay, so Nive,
Yes,
what was one of your highlights from Gen Con?
Ooh, surviving Thursday morning for sure was a highlight. Let's see.
Were you in that line?
So if you've seen the video that's been going around of just everyone swarming through, I am in that far corner, and I had to turn the bend, nearly got pinned there. Then I had to go through and like inch my way into the line.
I'm sorry, you said around the bend, like just around the river bend, like that bend?
Yeah. The bend of the wall, just around the wall bend. And then I had to sneak through there. Then once we got in, I was being pushed towards one of the trash cans, so I kind of just kind of crawled over the trash can.
Man, he's really going for that pigeon bit.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so then we realized that we would have to go all the way back out and go to the end. And I was like, nah, I'll just come in back in tomorrow. But let's see, the highlight would have to be the first off having product as well. I guess that's the second one. First one's surviving, second one's the product. The closest store to me that has product is about 2 hours away. So being able to actually have product in my hand is a big blessing. Then meeting all you guys, or at least the majority of the content creators, and I had one fan come up. I've forgotten their name because I'm a terrible person, but they came up and legit went like, "Hey, your videos have helped me understand how to play TCGs and how to understand Lorcana," and that alone just made my entire week. Made all this work about making videos. I haven't blown up like other channels yet, but like that alone was enough for me to go, okay, this was worth it. All this work, all of this time has been worth it. Mm-hmm. And it's giving me inspiration to do more. And so I think that was the big highlight of my trip.
Cool. Awesome.
I do talk a lot.
You do talk a lot. It's all right. Own it. Just go with
Sometimes
it.
it's a good habit, man.
Yep.
Especially if you're doing content, that's a good thing to have.
Very true.
Trust me. Sometimes I wish I had it.
If you keep talking, eventually you'll make sense.
Yeah.
Or eventually someone will listen. Maybe
that too. Yeah.
Yep. All right. So do you guys have any other funny or memorable stories from Gen Con? Because this is all we've been doing, is just hanging out. We've got
It was a long weekend, you know. I mean, there was a lot of cool stuff. I mean, the Enchanted stuff was really cool, right?
Oh my goodness.
You know,
yeah, the Enchanted.
like everyone was like really upset that like there wasn't going to be any secrets at Gen Con. Well, God, there was a lot of secrets at Gen Con. There was 12 of them. So that was cool. I thought, you know, it was really cool.
Did you not think you were going to see that? We were going to see that. Did you not think that?
I personally, you already have 5 rarities. I didn't think you needed it, right?
You need chase cards, man.
I mean, the chase cards could just be foil legendaries. I don't know.
No.
I'm just saying.
Not good.
I don't think you need it. I'm not saying the game needed it, but it is. I mean, they're cool.
Collectors need it.
Collectors are going to collect all of it, so it doesn't really matter for that matter.
That's true.
That's true. I will say, so I was in a hotel room with 4 other guys, including Franz from Traverse Tavern and B Squared. And one of the guys in our room, Leon.
Whoa, hold on. We don't talk about B Squared. We don't talk about Bruno. B Squared here.
We don't talk about Bruno.
Oh, we don't? Okay.
We don't talk about that.
Okay. So I was with Franz from Traverse Tavern and Redacted. And
well done.
One of the roommates, he was the first one to open up the Enchanted Maui.
Oh, he was one of the first people?
Yeah, he was
that's cool.
and he showed.
Did he post it?
Yes, he was at the event.
So he got to do the secret event.
Yeah, he got to do the thing.
Nice.
Yeah. And then the next day, Redacted opens an Enchanted Maui.
I love that he's going with this. Just let's keep it up.
Then Franz opens an Enchanted Maui. So three. Did
you open one, Dan?
I opened 2 Enchanted Mauis.
I got 0 Enchanteds.
Wait, in one box or is that in 2 boxes?
No, we got a lot of boxes.
Okay, good.
But yeah, so 3 out of the 5 people in our room got the exact same Enchanted.
That's wild.
That's crazy. Dan, how many boxes did you open?
Me personally, 6.
Holy cannoli.
Yeah, so I was one of the people that got clipped. So this isn't my stuff per se, but anyone that like basically got in line at like afternoon, like 12:30, they couldn't buy starter decks or anything like that, so they didn't clip their badges. So those people had the ability to walk circles around the line and go back and forth. So a couple of the people that I came with, Scott, my friend Brian, my buddy Palmer, they were able to get like 2 boxes a day. So
wow.
Yeah. So
we should have done that, Jim.
Yeah,
being able to afford that.
I think we did fine.
So
yeah, we did.
We ended up getting 2 Mauis, a Stitch, and an Aladdin. Those were the 4 Enchanteds.
Did you sell them?
We have not sold any Enchanteds. I did sell in
you should have sold that stuff right away.
No, not for lack of trying. Now I did sell my first box, the box that I opened up a foil beast, legendary beast, and I sold that for 300. So paid for itself.
Okay. There you go. Yeah, we were telling anybody that opened.
Trust me.
You sell those
right
away.
It wasn't for a lack of trying, I promise.
Later. Yeah.
It was not for a lack of trying, but none of the Enchanted sold. We have sold a bunch of stuff, but none of the Enchanteds.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get the secret rare Elsas. That's what I'm excited for.
Yeah.
Those are pretty. They are pretty.
I'm not sure
and the Aurora.
I'm not sure there is a secret rare Elsa.
There is.
It's called secret rare.
That's called secret or rainbow rare.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, this card
Pokemon.
Is, I mean, it's not this one particularly, but
that's
that is
legendary.
I know, but there's an enchanted version.
Yeah, isn't it called Enchanted?
No,
That was
secret.
the whole. That's the whole thing.
I'm confused. It's fine.
Wait,
I'm right there with you,
did you
Dan.
not?
He wasn't
did you not
here
hear
for the story.
Yeah,
I think I must have missed this part of it. Yeah, I didn't get that.
Okay.
Okay.
So-
I came
so-
a little late.
It's all right. So basically, the way to troll Ryan Miller
Oh,
is to
okay.
call them secret rares or regular
Oh,
rares.
okay.
You
And I
do
did
not
to
call
his
it-
face.
Oh,
twice.
okay. See, my problem is that I call the super rares secret rares because I don't know. I just think secret rare sounds better.
Because you're a noob.
Okay.
No, I just think secret rare sounds better than super rare. I don't know. Super rare just sounds weird to me.
Oh, it definitely sounds better. It's like
fine.
it should be the highest rarity, you know?
No, it should just be more than rare. I don't even know. It's just I don't like the word super rare. It's not a fan. Not a fan.
Mm.
All
I'm
right.
wrong. I know that it's called super rare. I'm not a fan.
That's all
Okay.
right.
All right,
We
let's just kick him off the channel.
Man, sheesh.
as we said, Jim does not discriminate when it comes to trolling.
That's fair.
Here we go.
love-
TLDR. Jim's a troll.
Yeah, that's fair. He was very kind in person. I'm just saying.
Oh man.
Always
leave-
keeping people on their toes.
Just leave it to Turtle Dude to like tell everybody what's what.
Hey, he's your guy's biggest fan. You already said that like 3 times.
Oh man.
Thanks for doxing me, man.
Yeah.
Did you guys get to play in starter deck events? I know Knives
No.
did.
I did.
No.
Knives,
No.
which one were you in, Knives? The
I
Saturday
was-
night?
Yeah, I was in the Saturday night one. I was given Sapphire Steel.
Sorry.
Well, here's the thing though. I went 2-0, and then in the last one, I just made a terrible misplay, and that cost me the third match. And so I was sitting there for about 15 minutes, sitting on the bubble because I might have made it to the top 8.
There was 2-1 because of the way the pairings.
Yeah,
were
because people were picking up their starter decks and leaving.
Yeah.
Dan, didn't you top 8 yours?
I did. Yeah.
Your event?
I had the Amber Amethyst, which is unfair. The deck is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's the best of the 3 starter decks
The moment-
at equal skill level.
The moment you can take out Control Your Temper, actually, look, it's literally these cards in my hands. Like I was shuffling it the whole time. The moment you can take out these 7 cards and play anything remotely playable, the deck is it's not fair in the format. Like these cards are so terrible, and you're just like, I can just play like a Timon over this, and it's just better.
Yeah.
So.
Well,
But
that's saying something too.
I'm telling you, like these cards are bad. So like,
Oh yeah.
just like anything, like the
Yeah.
deck is really me. My games were not close. I won every game like 20-4, 20-5. It wasn't fair.
Yeah.
I am upset I missed the sealed event though.
Oh, you mean the Sunday one?
Yeah, the Sunday
Well,
event.
Yep.
Man, that would.
How did that go for you, Dan?
I lost 1-2 in the first round and then dropped because there was no reason to stay.
Right.
Right. And I had a 10-hour drive home, so the fact that I could leave 2 hours earlier was fine by me. I wasn't like overexcited about any of the prizes they announced. I was kind of happy. It wasn't anything crazy. But yeah, I'm personally not a huge fan of it. I don't like the lack of creativity involved in it, in my opinion. I'm happy for new players being able to play it, and it's simple and it's easy, the rules, but for me, I'm just like, eh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now, Blake just said in chat, I remember his first message in the Lorcana HQ.
Sent it to you, Dan.
Talking about Jim. Did you? Okay.
Did you go back and search it?
So here's the thing. I joined it Thursday at around 5 o'clock at Gen Con. So the third. I wasn't ever a part of it.
Okay.
And so I decided to join, and this is the first thing I ever said to it. Are you able to pull it up there? Or?
Yeah, I'll pull it up. Here it is. It is.
I can't wait.
I can't read that at all.
It'll focus
There
in
it
a second.
There he goes. Okay. So I'm gonna see if I can make this a little bit bigger.
Oh,
Okay.
Jim Morgan, HNH in the Lorcana Discord. Game isn't gonna last. They aren't selling enough product. People are just gonna 3x the cost. Gameplay doesn't look good, and the winner of tournament is a noob. Go play MTG where they care about their players.
When was this? Oh, this is that morning. Okay.
Yeah, this is 5:15 p.m.
on Thursday. Yeah.
Yeah, on that Thursday. Yeah. That's great.
And so we're
Just
sitting.
look at the reactions.
Exactly. We're sitting down. I think we're sitting down. Was this when Joe Manganiello walked by?
Yeah. It was.
Okay. So we see Joe Manganiello go by,
Sick.
and we're like, "Is that?"
Yeah.
That is Joe Manganiello. So
Part of me wanted to troll him too. I was like this close.
Say it. Say what you were gonna say.
Okay. All right. So all right. When I first saw him, I couldn't remember his last name because I knew it was like slightly weird, and so I look it up, and the first thing that comes up is the divorce that he's having. So I'm like, you know what? If I were to talk to him, I gotta say, "How's the divorce going?" Because I have to. I have to.
That's just rude.
I know it's messed up. Now, welcome to the club.
I don't think I want to support this kind of content anymore.
That's gold. That is gold right there.
That's a bold move, Cotton.
I love it. I mean, he's a big dude. I don't know, man.
See,
look,
and
I
so
never said it was
not
going to work
impressed.
out well.
See, look, Rochelle
Rochelle
look
is
at
not
what you did.
impressed.
Look at what you said. Look what you did. Well, when you said that, Jim, I'm just like, oh, please, God, no. Please, no. There are some times where I'm like, oh, why is it Jim?
Guys, here's the thing, right? Like, you can't control the chaos that happens in my brain. Okay. It just happens naturally.
You can either.
Keep it in the brain. Just keep it in the brain.
And then there's times where I'm like, Jim, don't say it. Just keep it to yourself.
There will be times where Dan just sees me randomly laughing to myself, and he's just like, "Uh-oh."
You know what? That's great. He knows. He's just like, you know what?
Oh,
Jim?
I so know.
He's like, Jim, just do me a favor. Just go in the corner.
And in the chat, so Warlock brought up, I remember the first message in Lorcana HQ. And he's like, I was angry at first, but then I saw who it was.
Dude, so many people. And I pulled it up on my phone for a reason. I'm like, this, because I knew, because when Jim said that, I'm like, all right, I know exactly what's going to happen. This is actually going to be kind of funny because there are people who are in that Discord who have no clue who he is. And there's some people who do. Okay. Yep. And seeing the mixed reactions, I think Dan Regal was like, oh, it's just Jim being Jim.
Meanwhile, everyone else, you don't know anything about this game.
Oh,
You think the Magic the Gathering takes care of this?
Yeah.
What's the first emoji there? What is that?
No.
Oh, it's that Mexican dude with the weird laugh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. That weird. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, where they do a bunch of dubs over or something.
Yeah.
Which is funny because you have that and then the clown, so you got both of them.
Yep, you got the clown. You got them all, dude. You got them all.
I got
that's like
thumbs down
Yahtzee.
Mickey.
You like literally got Yahtzee pretty much. It's pretty
right.
good.
All right.
That's not bad. That's hard to do. So that's impressive.
Dude, I'm just good at my craft, you know.
Yeah.
Some people are like troll harder, trolls are gonna troll. And then one guy says, where is it? Beat it, dude. This ain't the place for you.
Oh yeah.
Eric the gamer is mad.
Oh, that's Eric.
Eric from the gamer.
That's Eric from the game. That's right. Yeah. We hung out with him for a little bit.
Oh, did we? Oh,
I don't think he knew. I don't think he knew that was you.
Oh, dude. Wait, which one was Eric? Now I'm like, oh, which one?
Oh, that's great.
Oh man.
I love that you just called him out and you didn't even know. That's even better.
Oh
that's
man, that's great.
It's like just both worlds just clashing there. That's
But
phenomenal.
the funny thing is, and again, for everyone who's met Jim, like you all know, like Jim just does it just to be funny. It's all for, and guys, how many amazing stories have we told tonight because of just Jim being Jim? Like seriously, like yeah, it's like yeah. So
Dude,
that's why I'm like,
honestly, the best part is trolling Ryan Miller. That one.
oh
that one
my
was the
word, dude,
best.
that
he
was
trolled you back. He signed your chest,
oh
man.
yeah, yeah,
See, he trolled you back.
yeah. Did you not see it, Knive?
I must have missed this story. I must have missed.
Oh. All right, so you'll have to go back and watch it, but I'll let me see if I've got the picture.
Go back and watch the entire live stream all over again, so that way we
Well,
get those watch hours.
You can get the story. Well, hang on, you can get the story. I'll show you the picture. I'll bring up the picture. So give me 1 second. I gotta find it here real quick.
Yeah. So I got the box, and I was talking to someone, I can't remember who, and then Ryan Miller's just standing like right next to me. And it takes me about 15 seconds to realize that he's standing right there, just towering over me. And I'm literally just talking like, "Oh my goodness, I'm so happy I got a box." And how long has Ryan Miller been standing next to me? About 15 seconds. Oh, hi, can you sign?
Nice.
So here's the photo where Ryan signed his chest.
I love it. I love it.
It's perfection.
Ryan Miller and Steve Warner are both legends in their own way.
Mm-hmm.
I agree, 100%. 100%.
I can't believe you didn't get it tattooed. I'm just saying.
That's what I was saying. I should have, but
I can't believe you didn't get that tattooed. That would have been A+.
Yeah. 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 So yeah. So for anybody who hears Jim thinking these things, look, it's just there are times where that's why he has me around to tell him, Jim, let's just keep that to ourselves, friendo.
Let's just
yeah.
There was another incident that will not be brought up, and Dan's like, "Hey, don't do that one."
Oh yeah, let's not talk about that.
And I'm like, you know what, Dan, you are correct, and I will put that one back.
So what is that? Like 1 out of 10 times? Is that you let that one happen? Is that
roughly?
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
But Knives also... like, I couldn't handle this.
I will say the amount of times that we've just like, so Jim and I's relationship now, like before I would just get like so upset and so frustrated at stuff. Now I'm just like, guys, this just is Jim. All right.
He's like, Jim. This is great content. Let's do it.
But I will say though, like when it's time to get serious, Jim will get serious. Jim will get serious. And then it's also like if we need to calm down a situation, we can calm it down. Then it's we can handle our business. So Jim can handle business. So yeah.
Like as long as everyone's cool, like if everyone's cool, everyone's like understands that like it's not serious. Have a good time.
Yeah,
pretty much. Sometimes it might take people a little while to get there. It takes them a little bit, but once they get there, they're okay. All right.
Like, all right, now everyone's having a good time.
Yeah. So anyway,
now everyone's ready for the crab attack, right? Is that that's where they're at now?
Control.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Crab attack. They have like a pill for that or something.
I'm done.
That was good. That was really good. Not bad, sir. Not bad.
He has his moments.
Not bad at all.
Knives like I can't see people. I can't have people watching me laughing at this. This is inappropriate.
I am a good Christian boy. I don't.
Oh, man. He joined the wrong stream tonight.
I joined the wrong stream.
Dude, that's we're all about the happiness tonight.
Yeah.
That's true. Man. Oh goodness. Anyway. All right. All right. Does anyone have any other good, fun stories, memories from Gen Con? I know Jim's got to dip out here real quick. So,
I did kind of want to add to the Thursday thing, or sorry, the Saturday night group up.
oh yeah.
Saturday night group up.
So when we were at the open board game hall, whatever,
Yeah,
you
the
wanna call
open
it,
hall. Yeah.
right? I like that night more than the Thursday because it's like Thursday night everyone is just all meeting each other and it's kind of just a different feel. You know, everyone's obviously super happy to, you know, meet everyone and blah blah blah. But you know, when you spend Friday like kind of meeting with everyone, you know, you're learning more about them, how they are as people. And then going into Saturday, you spend the whole day with them. And that Saturday night is just like a group of a bunch of friends hanging out. So it was just like that Saturday night, everyone was just joking around. They pulled together like 7 tables in the corner.
Yeah.
And everyone was just having a great time playing in the game, talking, BSing, having a bunch of fun. And as great as Thursday was, Saturday was the night.
Yeah, even add on like just the whole like everyone traveling Wednesday night, everyone's not really sleeping Thursday morning. Like there's just by the time we got to Thursday night, I mean, I took like a 2-hour nap, so I was a little rejuvenated. But like I'm sure many were so exhausted that night, even. So I can totally see that. Yeah, because even like saying goodbyes on Sunday, like everyone was like, you know, just like, yeah, it was cool, great weekend, you know, everything. So it was fun. It really was.
Rochelle put Saturday felt like hanging out at a TCG event.
Okay, so
now I feel bad that I missed it all.
so I have to say too. So we were all hanging out at that table, right, with Rochelle and Jim. This was where the table where Eric came over for a little bit. Also, Eric the gamer. All right, so I gotta say that.
I don't know who he was, man. I don't know.
I know. I can't remember. I remember the shirt he was wearing. But anyway, okay. So we're sitting at this table. Mario was playing Medina, okay. With their decks. Rochelle is sitting there like trying to build a deck, right, with all these cards, and everybody around her was like, "Oh, I'll help you. I'll help you." Everybody was helping her try to build a deck.
She's
Rochelle,
like,
did you ever get that deck built? I'm pretty sure you did.
I mean, I'm pretty sure she just made it in the Illuminary Hall.
And what she was doing was she was like, hey, I've got some cards. Like she was bartering trades, right? And bartering trades with a certain Mickey Mouse card, okay? Right? Saying, I've got some cards. So she said, yeah, I won a few games too. So there we go.
There you go.
So like the entire time she's there, like trying to build a deck. We're all hanging out. I played. This was while I'm trying to test crab control. Okay. And so I was able to hang out. I was able to play test with Medina. And so at the end of that, Medina was like, guys, I need to get a picture with you. And it was really cool because for those of you who met Medina, he's an awesome guy. Cool dude. Okay. And so let me do this real quick. He took a photo.
That looks like a video.
And a video. Here, give me 1 second. Yeah.
Okay.
So that was cool.
Also, when you get a chance, we need to pull up Turtle Dude's comment because that is great.
Okay, which one?
Oh, it's the one about It's the one
okay,
about
the one about you. All right, here we go. When you're too much for the guy who wears a pigeon mask, you know,
okay. To be fair, Jim and I have different energy.
True,
it's different energy. True. I'm just weird. Jim is savage.
Did you say Jim is savage? Is that what you said?
Yes.
True.
Troll. Absolutely
true.
I'm like the pixie energy. He's the troll energy.
I would definitely love to give a shout out to Rochelle. We had an awesome
Yes.
conversation on the Thursday night meetup. We talked for like 20, 30 minutes, her and Scott and I. It was a lot of fun. Just kind of like learning about her, learning how she came up in the industry and things like that. It was like really cool. Shout out to you, Rochelle.
Oh, okay. I have a story I have to tell about.
Is it
Rochelle.
about Thursday?
Yes, it's about Thursday.
Oh, I kind of wanted to say it too. Go ahead.
Okay,
And then I gotta go.
Okay, all right. So on Thursday, okay, the reason we got that picture with Ryan,
You guys were looking
earlier
for
in the
Rochelle.
day, is I am trying to find Rochelle. Okay, everywhere we met, if I ran into somebody from Ravensburger, I'm like, "Hi, excuse me, do you know where Rochelle is by chance?" Because I'd really like to say hello, and everybody's like, yeah, I don't know. And there were many people who are like, I don't even know what she looks like, in all honesty, but I
Everyone
know
was
she's
like
here
that.
somewhere.
She was too
okay?
busy running around trying to find enchanteds.
The first person we talked to, okay, at Ravensburger, I can't remember what his name was, but he's like, "Oh, hey guys, I love your podcast." We're like, "Oh, cool, thanks, man. You know where
Yes.
Rochelle is?" You're like, "Oh, no, I don't." I'm sorry. I'm like, "Oh, God." So when we got up to Ryan, we're like, "Hi, Ryan. Nice to meet you. How's it going? Do you know where Rochelle is by chance?" Every person, it was, "I'm sorry, I don't know where she is." Okay. So all day I'm trying to find her. Okay. And so then that night, Thursday night. Okay?
Before we get to that part, can I add something here?
Yes.
All right. So while we're asking literally everyone, I'm like,
blue shirt.
maybe this person isn't a person, and they utilize this name for you to chase something. It's
AI,
a ghost.
It's AI created.
And then what was the movie I brought up? Usual Suspects.
Oh,
Kaiser
yes,
Soze.
Kaiser Soze,
And I'm
yeah.
like, maybe Rochelle is Kaiser Soze. It doesn't exist, but it exists. And then, all right, go ahead.
And then on Thursday night, there were Ravensburger people who came into the event. Okay. And so this person comes up to me like she knows me, right? Stands next to me, right? And it's like, gives one of those, "Hey, I'm here." And I'm like, I look at her and go, "Hi, how are you?" She's like, "Good." I'm like, "Awesome. I'm sorry. What's your name?" Because I had no idea who she was. And then the look that I got was like, "I'm Rochelle." I'm like, "Oh, it's Rochelle. No, so nice to meet you."
This is
And then-
in my head. This is how I thought it happened, right? So she just randomly walks up on the side of Dan. I heard you were looking for me.
She
Don't tell anyone this. This is what I really look like. No one has seen me all day. Thousands have been asking. This is your one opportunity. You have 5 minutes.
And then just ninja vanish.
Oh my word! Just the look that I got, I was just like, "Oh, I kind of feel terrible about asking you, because I feel like I should have known that. But how could I have known that? Because I've never met you."
Yeah.
Where in the world is Rochelle Brady?
Yeah.
But I do have to get going now.
Yes. Yeah.
Bye,
All right,
Jim.
Jim.
Time to go to work.
I'll talk to you tomorrow, Jim. See
All
you.
right, see you guys. Take care.
All right.
See
All right,
ya.
bye.
Bye.
Anyway.
And then there were 3.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, that was fun.
That was
That
fun.
was as I said. There are stories abounding.
What was your favorite food that you ate all weekend? Anything good?
Oh, favorite food.
There's a lot of food at Gen Con, like if you really explore.
So to be honest,
The
I
nachos
kept
were good.
forgetting to eat.
That's not
Oh,
good.
dude. So the one thing you got to do at Gen Con is eat.
Yeah.
Like
Eat and drink. Eat and drink.
you got to take care of yourself. It's so easy to not.
Yeah.
It's super easy to not.
Yeah. I lost like 5 pounds over Gen Con because I just kept forgetting to eat.
I mean, like, that's good. Like, losing weight's good, but it's not healthy to just not eat.
Oh yeah, no. So there was this place right next to our hotel called I think it's called the Tavern on South,
Oh yeah.
and they have some really good smoked wings.
Ooh.
That was some pretty good stuff that I got.
Mhm.
Yeah. I got a lot of wings. Like when I did eat, I got wings because I like wings.
Right.
Okay. Very
I
cool.
went to the Weber's Grill on Saturday night.
Oh,
That was everything. The whole experience was delicious, but the service was the best all weekend. Food was great.
Have you been to Weber's Grill
Yeah.
before?
It's we went. I was last time I was at Gen Con was 2019. We went in 2019 also, but I got the meatloaf. I didn't even get steak. I got meatloaf and it was delicious. And we also got like this peach cobbler dessert that was really delicious.
Very cool. Very cool. What did I? The nachos at Gen Con were good. Honestly, a lot of the food there was pretty good. But yeah, the one thing you got to do is you got to eat. You got to eat while you're at Gen Con, or else it may not go very well for you.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But it's all good. I mean, I survived. I did
Mhm.
well. I evidently missed one of the best times Saturday night because I had to beat a storm that didn't exist.
It
It
beat a
did. I
storm.
tell you what, it existed Sunday night going east. That's for
Oh,
sure.
it did?
Oh man,
Yeah,
it was a terrible drive.
Yeah, I went to bed early Saturday because I thought there was going to be a massive storm coming in Sunday through the route that I was driving to get home. And not a single cloud to be seen on my way home.
Nice.
Yay.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
it was all good.
So, all right. So we are going to be wrapping up
Yeah.
the stream. I mean, this has been fun. This is kind of exactly what I wanted this stream to be. It was just hanging
then
out,
Jim-
telling
Jim
stories
left,
from
so-
Gen Con.
Yeah.
What's that?
But then Jim left, and so now it's a real drag.
That's true. That's very true. Very true. So, what I'll do is we're gonna go through both of you guys and just kind of give your final parting thoughts from Gen Con. So, Nive, start with you, friend.
Yeah, so parting thoughts for Gen Con. It was great. It was fun. I may or may not go again. It depends on like if they do something big for Lorcana again, which I don't think they're going to do something this big ever again. Simply because it was just like Thursday was a nightmare. But I don't know, maybe they'll be prepared next time. But I guess one thing that popped up that's big for me and my channel was they revealed the limited rules. So that's kind of been a big thing that's kind of just shifted
Right.
my channel a big amount.
Right.
Yeah, it was great. I got product. I survived. Had fun. Met people. Met
Mhm.
friends. Yeah.
Very cool.
Cool.
Very cool. Well, Nive, thanks for hanging out with us tonight. It's always good.
Absolutely.
Always good seeing you. It's very good meeting you at Gen Con as well.
Oh yes,
So-
absolutely. The whole 2
so.
minutes we talked.
Hey, better than zero. Better than
That is
zero.
true. That is true.
So, all right, Nive, thanks for hanging out with us. We'll catch you next time, sir. Take care.
See ya.
That was a pretty good.
And then it was only Dan.
Yeah, it was only Dan's. All right, so final closing thoughts for you, Dan.
I think it's really fun. What I think is really cool about the Gen Con experience and it being kind of like our first experience within Lorcana and getting to meet each other and just the whole community is like the content creator community has like really been fun. And I think it was really great to get this first experience because now the next one is just gonna be like, oh hey, there's Dan. I know it's simple for everyone.
Right.
It's just one of those. It's cool that like we got it. Then it was a lot of fun. It was a great experience because it was like the soft release of the game and everything like that.
Right.
So
Right.
I'm just looking forward to the next one. I love the travel, so I'll be at plenty of events around the nation and hopefully international as well. So I'm
Very
excited.
cool.
But
Very
it was a
cool.
great weekend. It was awesome to meet you. I thought I really did as I was getting my box as you were coming. So I had just got my booster box. So that's why I was
Okay.
in that's where I was there, and I was like,
Gotcha.
oh, hey, there's Dan and Jim. I'll go
Yep.
say hi. So-
And then as you come up, Jonathan was right behind you. Medina was
Yeah,
like right
yeah.
behind you too. It was like, oh,
yeah.
what's up,
He
everybody?
snuck
What's
right
up, guys?
into yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, but
Yeah.
all fun and again, thanks for having me again tonight. And
Absolutely.
always fun, guys. And
Absolutely.
chat, you were awesome as always.
Absolutely. So, all right, Dan. Well, thanks for hopping on with us tonight, and we'll be in touch for the next one. So, thank you, sir. Take care. We'll see you again later, friend.
Adios.
All right, see you. All right. And now there was one. All right. So that was a stream, ladies and gentlemen. That was a stream. Yeah, so chat for those of you left, we're just going to be wrapping it up, but chat, I want to hear from you guys. What was one of your guys' favorite moments from Gen Con if you were at Gen Con, and if you were watching, how dare you? Oh wait, Turtle Dude, you're talking about the other Dan. That's right. I am Dan number 1. I am Dan number 1. I will always be Dan number 1. That's right. That is right. Don't forget it either. But again, chat, what about you guys? What was some of your favorite moments from Gen Con? Are there other games that you all checked out? There was a ton of stuff there, but in all honesty, it was I told Jim this while we were there. I didn't think we were going to be there like doing Lorcana the entire time, but that's how it turned out. And I was all for it in all honesty, because we had a ton of fun. It was so great meeting everybody, the entire team, all the creators. It was just such a great time. We had a blast. I mean, you saw from all these stories that we were just talking about tonight. Such a blast, so fun as well. So, looking forward to the next one. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to just more stories. Just in all honesty. Hanging out with everybody, spending that quality time, playing these games, creating memories, having this community. It was such a great time. Got to meet some other awesome people like Todd Anderson. Excuse me. Todd's somebody who is pretty big in the Magic the Gathering space. We should be having him on our podcast in the next couple of weeks. So hopefully going to be meeting up with him sometime within the next week or so. And yeah, so that was fun. All right, Turtle Dude's got a funny story here. Funny story. I was at the UD booth playing Versus when I saw some of the workers trying to hide their Ravensburger bag from the head judge, so he wouldn't know they bought Lorcana. Wait, is it Lorcana or is it Rush of Icor? So we tried that joke. We were walking up and down the Lorcana line, and then asking people. We asked a couple people, "Hey, are you in line for Rush of Icor?" And people were like, "No, this is for Lorcana." I'm like, "Oh, come on, guys! Nobody got that reference. Nobody got that joke." It was funny. I mean, I thought it was funny. It was a funny joke, but people didn't get it. So anyway, it is what it is. So, all right. Well, we're going to call it a night, guys. Thanks so much for hanging out with us tonight. Thanks to Liam, Aaron, Dan, Jacob, Nive, Stephanie. I think that's everybody who came and hang out. Nive. I think that's everybody who hung out with us tonight. I think. Thanks, everybody. It was a blast. Had so much fun reminiscing, telling all the stories, and maybe I'll clip them. We'll see. But there were some great ones. Absolutely. Turtle Dude says, meeting all my online peeps is the best part of an awesome Gen Con this year. 100%. Absolutely. You nailed it. So, all right. Well, thanks, everybody, again for hanging out with us tonight. Just so you know what we're going to start doing. I know I've talked to multiple people about this, but like our channel moving forward, Lorcana is going to be a big part of the channel. We've really got 3 games that we're really focused on and really excited for. And that is Lorcana, Star Wars Unlimited, and Alpha Clash. So we're going to be working on quite a few content for those 3 games. And in all honesty, I had mentioned, I'm like, I don't think I've got enough mental bandwidth for any more games, in all honesty, because after playing Lorcana last week, we were super psyched, super stoked for the game. So it was so fun, a lot of fun. And then with Alpha Clash and Star Wars Unlimited, we've just got a lot of great stuff planned for those games, and really looking forward to those 3 games. So the plan is one of our next podcast episodes, we are going to be talking, we're going to do a post-GenCon podcast episode for Lorcana. We will do a post-GenCon episode for Star Wars Unlimited, because we did the Star Wars Unlimited demo on Thursday. So we'll talk about that. And then we were going to get Todd Anderson on the podcast at some point as well, talk about his experience in the industry, and then really we're going to talk about Lorcana, because, in talking with Todd, he is like really hyped for for Lorcana. And yeah, so excited to get Todd on the podcast. And so be ready for those. And then we've got a bunch of other Lorcana, all those games. We've got a lot of content coming for all those 3 games. So thanks again, everybody, for hanging out with us tonight. And that was right. The other thing I forgot to mention is we are going to be, I don't know when this is going to happen, but probably in the next month or so. We are going to be doing a stream just like this for Star Wars Unlimited. So we're going to keep these streams going for the Lorcana community. Excuse me, goodness, sorry guys. But we're also going to be doing these for the Star Wars Unlimited community as well. So again, talk about those 3 big games. Going to be doing this for Star Wars Unlimited. I've still got some stuff to set up on the back end, get in touch with creators from that space as well. But that is going to be coming to the channel soon as well. So if you're into Star Wars Unlimited, you're excited for that game, don't miss out on that as well. But yeah, so that's some of the things coming to the channel. Jim and I have got a lot of work ahead of us that we're excited to get down to business for hobbies and happiness. So again, thanks everybody for hanging out with us tonight. Had a ton of fun reminiscing with everybody. Thanks everybody. And until next time, we will see you all in the next